What's up, y'all? It's just Rhonda. Welcome to my channel. It's Thursday. You know why we're here. It's 11 Marriage Huntsville. I told you I'm not doing any more lives with this particular show because, they're full of shit over here. I'm going to go ahead and power through this season, but what's happening over here is not a whole lot. Ooh, I decided to try these curls, y'all. I don't know. I halfway like it and I halfway don't. It's so humidity. It's so humid around here that we don't get to do this. You know what I'm saying? You go outside and my hair turns into a fuzzy poof ball. So while we got a little less humidity, I sat on some rollers. I feel like I want to get into an old school vibe. Go back to roller sets and things where you can keep your hair healthy, stay away from these curling irons. It has been so long since I had this much hair. I don't know what to do with it. I'm feeling the bug. I'm feeling I want to chop this shit off, but I'm gonna hang in there for a minute. So anyway, if I keep messing with it, it's because I'm not used to it. So y'all might. Anyway, this is not about my hair. This is about Love and Marriage Huntsville. It's season 10, episode 12. We probably got 47 more episodes to go and 3 more breaks before the year's over, because you know how they like to do over here. But we're going to talk about this episode. I didn't do last episode. I didn't do last week's episode. What happened last week? Tisha went over to, what's her name? Trisha's house so she can, create an ally. We could talk about how Miss Nell is out of control and crazy. And also talk about Trisha's business a little bit. Trisha's over there. I don't want to go to any more visits with her to Dr. Francis, but she's over there feeling somewhat jealous of Ken because her kids, attach themselves to her child. And then there was this trip to Bessemer. We went to go over to get some potatoes from Wanda's food truck. So, yeah, I wasn't coming over here to talk about any of that. Anyway, what happened this week? Y'all let me know. How are y'all feeling about the season? I think we've tried to revamp this shit. Carlos won't do it. And at the end of the day, I say let's just trash it. Let's trash it. I don't care for any of these people anymore. So, I'm ready to go. And I'm gonna tell you now, once I get through this season, I'm not gonna review next season. Uh I might talk about some things here or there, but I'm not gonna be wasting my time over there reviewing. Anyway, we're gonna talk about it. So what happened? Martell, Chris, and Destiny, they have a business lunch for this man with no builder's license. He's not licensed to do anything, but he's got blueprints of a multi-million dollar home that he's building, allegedly. And he already sent Destiny the blueprint, so she's familiar with them. I don't know. Chris is already over here having some type of issues with his real estate license. We don't know what the deals is. When I say we, I say me. I don't know what the deals is with Chris Fletcher and his real estate license, but I know there was some difficulties going on over there. But based on what Martell is saying, they got a few months. Like, there's going to kick these rocks over. Is he dealing with Fred? Fred kind of distanced himself from all of this, I guess. I don't know. But Martell said that they bought the property when he was married. It was supposed to be their dream home. And then he got divorced. And what did he say? Somehow he lost it. He used terms to make it seem like the reason why, Mel was over there when they got to divorce, dissolving everything. Dissolve it, dissolve it, dissolve it. So whatever happened with that property, he said he's, taking it back. I don't know if he rebought it. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if any of this is true. I don't know if this nigga just didn't go down to the post office and get a roll of papers and come over here and pretend like, he's got something going on. Chris Fletcher seems very much not entertained by it, but he knows he has to make a scene, and he's not going to mess up Marty. What do you call him? Martelli Telly. He's not going to mess up Martelli Telly's story, because then Martelli Telly might blast him the same way he did, to Scott. So he's just going to sit over here and pretend like he's going to co-list with Destiny. Why is that a thing? How does this work, this co-list, for people that don't even work for the same? I don't know. I'm not in real estate. I don't know what Destiny does. besides sitting in her storage unit making broken-hearted candles. But apparently she's also out here with one of the members of 112. She did an interview with Carlos King, so she's over here in the studio producing an album or something. So she might know somebody that's going to sell this house. I will believe it when I see it. Anyway, that's not what they came over here, really. Martell likes to show up in tight shirts and pretend like he's doing some type of business that we all know he's not. We all know it's not really happening. You bought that house over there and you put your baby mama in it. And I guess that's what you should have done. Anyway. I don't think they ever figured out how they're going to split this fee on this house that hasn't been built yet. But I guess when the house gets built, then we'll see. Chris Fletcher say he can handle it, and he say it take about a year in Huntsville. Take about a year to sell a house like that. So you have to know somebody with money. I guess they know people with money. Shit, I don't know who them people know. Anyway, the conversation quickly shifted over to Destiny. And the fight night, the game night, where Destiny was over here not having Nell's back. Chris says she's known Nell for a long time. And then when he came out there, it looked like everybody was ganging up on Nell. And Destiny tells the story like, I was actually over there trying to diffuse the situation. She didn't mention the part how she started. See, if you hadn't never went back to Tisha and told her that Nell said keep her name out of her make it flick it mouth, then we wouldn't be having this conversation. But she did say it on film, so there's that. I mean, I feel like Miss Nell don't really like Tisha like that, and Tisha don't like her, so that's okay. I don't care for Tisha either. So, and I don't think Destiny or Kimmy do. Anytime a grown-ass woman got to go take a sprinter to Bessemer to come get her mama to come after Miss Nell, I don't know if that's what you want, Miss Wanda. Miss Nell is feisty as hell. So it will be a shakedown, takedown that we'll probably never see anyway. Now I'm getting all in my Zeus. I don't Zeus. So I don't need to see Wanda and Miss Nell send each other to the emergency room. Yeah, Destiny framed the story to make it seem like she was trying to fix things. Anyway, they start talking about who she messing with. Chris was like, how long have you known Will? Because you came over to the party with Will after they just told me you were dating my godson, Twan. So, yeah. And then Martell's like, well, how long have you known Twan? I feel like Destiny, Lance, Twan, Ken, what's his name, Will, you dating people that all work out in the same place. I don't feel like Martell necessarily does fool around over there where they be working out, but Ken and Twan and Will be either over there filming for Ken's podcast, Muscle Man podcast down over in the garage, or they be over at the gym where Trisha and Ken. You're dating all these guys in the same friend circle. And Huntsville is small, so do you live there or not? Because I can't believe that all of a sudden you're friends with Trisha. Trisha was your trainer. So, yeah, this is all just stupid. And how old are these men? Destiny, what are you doing? Got Martell over here, questioning. That's your real man, as quiet as it's kept. That's the one who's got all this types of loyalty to you, girl. Y'all been friends since high school. Okay. She talking about, dang. Well, I mean, girl, you dating all the homies. So Lance didn't make sense. Will, we thought he made sense, does not. Twan, stop it. First of all, if he can't call himself Antoine, I'm not fooling around with no nigga Twan. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying. Grown men, use your name. Jesus. Yeah, if you date a group of friends, then, you go have your name in all their mouth down to the gym. Talk about hit it and quit it. As if. Martell doesn't think women should hold out on sex. He thinks that hit it and quit it. I mean, I guess Martell, that says a lot about him. I mean, even more because he's somebody who, well, he didn't want his wife to hold out on sex, even though he had a whole nother girlfriend. So that doesn't surprise me. Anyway, Destiny told him, listen, I'm not settling like you did. So basically, what I got from that, she's like, whoever wants to get some of this is going to have to show themselves worthy. And I'm not mad at that. Like, so for me to be hanging out with these little boys down to the gym, that's all they do is lift weights and things and think that's enough. And for some, it's enough. Hey, Kiera. I don't even think Lance is down there at the gym like that. Ugh, this is exhausting. I feel like I could go down my own street and find more interesting people to talk to. Anyway, um, yeah, Destiny told this man she not settling. You decided to settle with that girl over there in that house, and you know, I'm not doing that. I don't know what she's doing besides she must have a lot of time on her ends. For someone with all these damn businesses and careers and things that she's got going on, I don't know why she has time for fooling around with these kids down here to the gym, lifting weights, talking about hit it and quit it. This was so immature. Oh, I'm so disappointed in Will. He don't even have to come back no more. He ain't got no conversation. He's bringing nothing to the table. Anyway, we'll get to Will. Nell and Chris. Um, Apparently Nell is trying to open a boutique, Pots and Pritzy, Posh and Pritzy. That name sounds stupid, Nell. You know what it sounds like? A old lady, like they keep calling you. We didn't know that she wanted to do this. These women that want to open boutiques, brick and mortars are not. If these big box stores are going away. Brick and mortars are not the wave, I don't think, unless you're already somewhat established. Now, I don't know. I feel like her wardrobe is fine, but I don't be checking for what Miss Nell has on. Her wigs are usually very distracting. The cutest I ever see her is when she takes all that shit off and let her freckles fly. That's when she's the cutest. But it's giving old lady. So that's her project right now. She's been doing a daycare for 30 years, but now she wants to have a boutique because her grandmother called her Pritzy. We don't even know what Pritzy is. She don't be giving off Pritzy at the dinner table. They called you feisty in the beginning and you was mad because you didn't know where that came from. But what you giving is a whole lot of feisty over here, Miss Nell. Lance comes through. He don't have no baby. He don't have no baby with him. Nobody wants to see him. That's pretty much how that goes. I guess his little brother Chris is working for him and he wants more money. He feels like he deserves more money. And Lance is saying, until you prove yourself to be qualified for these things, then you're not getting more money. I feel like little Chris is used to having things handed to him, and he's taken this story to his mother about how he's struggling over there and he has a baby and he needs more money, and that he feels like his brother should be, paying him more money. His brother can't afford to pay him more money because apparently he's over there asking Nell and Chris to loan him money. What's going on with the business over there? Lance, you need to stay up out somebody's coochie and focus on your business. You got an accidental surprise baby, a destiny, and a new girlfriend. And I mean, she ain't your girlfriend, but she sure is acting like it. She sure is bossy. I don't like her. I think she needs to go. She cute or whatever, but no. Me and Miss Nell don't. We think she doing too much. Yeah, little Chris, you're gonna have to, up your game up, double up on the jobs and things. I think little Chris is definitely suffering from being spoiled. He wants to get to reap the benefits without putting in the work. Um Lance thinks it's time for a Fletcher dinner because, they need to hash some things out. And Nell hates this idea because they get her very worked up, these Fletcher dinners, because I feel like Nell feels like all y'all gonna do is sit around and tell me how I didn't do things right when I'm the one that y'all are coming to for the money. And Fletcher's like, told you not to give them the money in the first place. But, we'll get to that. Destiny has a date with Will, and I'm curious about some things. Destiny, do you skate or not? Because you came over there with some skates that you clearly bought, but you can't skate. And anybody that came to skate probably wouldn't have worn a dress, but you did not come to skate anyway. You came over here to hang out with Will, that you're telling everybody that will listen that this man was been in your DMs for a long time. You just ignored it. I mean, I guess she's got a lot of going on, and you're over here down to the wicked gentleman's barbershop with that hair. That alone should let us know we can't trust Will. I think we got wooed by Will's like very calm and decent advice that he was giving Ken. So we thought he had some type of sense, but he don't. He just accidentally ran himself into a couple of good conversations. Anyway, this is not a date. This is a meetup. A date is not me coming over to the park with some skates that I had to purchase. Now this date has cost me money and I've even got there yet. Just for you to pull a toy basketball out of picnic basket and feed me grapes off of a fork. Where is the catered dinner? Where is the bottle of wine? You could have went somewhere and catered a little good lunch. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to cook nothing and bring a bottle of wine or whatever. Prosecco. We eating grapes with a plastic fork. What is the basketball for? You're not 16. He pulls a basketball, not even a real basketball, but a toy basketball. This is for me to show you what my passion is. My first love is basketball. Shut up. Maybe you should have stuck with that. Because barber shopping ain't it. If Will comes back, he needs to leave those 4 braids. How you get 4 braids on your whole head and you don't have any hair? What does that look like when he untakes it, when he takes it down? It's just going to be like Fireman Trabil with that thing sticking up. Will done got on my nerves. He ain't even fine like he was before he opened his daggone mouth. See how that works? Will has 4 baby mothers and 4 children. His conversation is so juvenile. Like there was no interesting. Like we didn't find out nothing about Will except for he has 4 kids, 4 baby mamas. He likes to play with toy basketballs and he wants to hit it and quit it. Child. Hit it and quit it is juvenile. That sounds like high school. He asked her about Twine. I don't remember how Twine came up, but Destiny keeps referring to Twine as her bodyguard. Like she needs a bodyguard. If she would just say he was security at one of my events, that would make sense. We met for lunch. He's my bodyguard. No, you met for lunch because you think the boy is fine, and so Trisha told you that he was fine. So if Trisha told you he was fine, how did you not think that he might be familiar with Will? Now they all at the gym talking about her. I think she likes it. How, they're talking about her behind her back, in her face. Martell, she told him that Martell told her that he said he wanted to hit it and quit it. And he like, you talk a lot to Martell. She does. They're best friends or whatever they want to call themselves. And then over at the gym, Martell brings it up. He was like, yeah, like Destiny's my homegirl. So yeah, I did tell her that you said hit it and quit it. Even though that's the type of things that he does. Isn't it funny how when it's somebody that's close to you, it don't feel the same? I feel like Will is all big and muscly. He over here at the gym with all 12 of his gold chains on and 4 braids and a, nice beard. Martell gets intimidated by other attractive men. So I think he's hating on Will a little bit because I don't feel like he would care any other type of way, except for the fact that he's the one that controls Destiny. And the last thing he needs is another nigga over here with some type of control over Destiny. So if he stops the whole process of Destiny, maybe getting a little something going on over here, he gonna block it. He knows she ain't really feeling little Lance no daggone way. Twine, the nigga's name is Twine, so I don't think that's something he has to worry about. Will made him a little nervous, but Will, that's what you get for opening your big mouth saying stupid shit like hit it and quit it. Go away with that. At this point, I mean, how old is he? um, he also tried to make it seem like she lied about Twan. She did not lie. She said he was her bodyguard. Are they dating? I don't think so. Did they go hang out once? Yeah. So just like this, and while you over here begging for a second date, this is not a date. You might want to ask her on a first date. I don't know how long I would have entertained that. Anyway, I'll bring my skates and we'll see. If you can't skate, why not say I can't skate? Next time we'll have to go to a skate rink. You think that would be closer to a date, but to me, still not a date. So you ain't even over here saying nothing to make me want to spend more time with you. Over to this family dinner. Lance invited his girlfriend, friend girl, whatever she is, home girl. Is he bringing her around? I feel like the baby mama, from what I hear on the streets, does not want anything to do with this. I don't blame her. And then this girl wants to be on TV, so he's bringing her around, and she thinks she's his girlfriend, and she is not his girlfriend. I don't know what he's telling her, as far as the girl that just had the baby. But where you were hanging around before all of this, like she has this energy towards Destiny that's a little bit weird. And I think Destiny is just messing with you because she can. Who invited Twan? Why is he here at the family dinner? That don't even make sense. He just came over here so y'all could sit around your dinner table talking about how Destiny's dating the friend group. This girl Kiera said over at the Fletcher's game night, it felt like Destiny was giving her looks. I mean, she might have. Destiny has a resting bitch face, so she always be looking evil like that. I wouldn't know whether she was giving you a look or just looking in your direction, but she's probably gonna be giving you a bitch face either way. Nell said, I don't know. Destiny came over here to see Lance, and they was outside like for a long time talking. Miss Nell just was like, Lance, you bringing this girl over here for family dinner, so now I'm going to put you on blast. This was your idea. You're bringing this girl around, and it's probably like she's probably thinking like everybody else is. Like, what are you doing? Why are you bringing this girl around? You just had a secret baby. Will you relax? Even if you're dating her, why are you bringing her to the show? Because Destiny's dating all his friends and he wants to make it seem like he's unbothered. I mean, she cute. So, and Destiny's clearly bothered. Otherwise, she wouldn't be driving her kids around on the other side of town and stopping by to talk to Lance for an hour or so. Just about life. Y'all are sitting there talking about life. Where is the pizza cold? He went to get a pizza. Ciao. This is the story they're telling. Kiera then waits to get to the table. Girl, we just met you. You confront Lance about Destiny coming over. This seems like a conversation that had been taken, should have been had in private, not in front of his whole entire family that just met you. Seem like you want to start something. Shoot. Once again, like every scene here was a conversation about who Destiny's dating. It's Twan said he's not dating anybody. He said he's just chilling. And then Kiara looks at Lance and she's like, well, birds of a feather flock together. Are we just chilling? He was like, we're not chilling. We're eating. I invited you here not as my girlfriend. Lance, I already told you, like, I am dating. Although I don't have a whole lot of time for dating, whatever we're doing just kind of happened. It happened because he needed to bring a girl over here and make it seem like he's unbothered by Destiny dating all his friends. So that's it, girl. And you over here being bossy, you're not going to be around long. You already, his mama ain't feeling you. Talking about, can I call you mama? No, I just met you the other day. You talking about you went to the daycare. Him and her were in daycare together? Talk about small town. Nell said the lady doing the most. And Chris said, well, that's on Lance. Not really. I feel like she's doing the most. He invited her here, but I feel like she's doing a lot for a first time family meeting. That would have just been sitting there with my mouth shut like, ooh. So young Chris at some point moved back home. And before he moved back home, he said he slept in his car for a couple of days because he just needed some time. I guess, first of all, it's humbling to have your own place and then have to go back home. And he don't want to hear it. He know his nail gonna be snapping, and his father is gonna have some words for him. So he took some time. Nell said she came home and all his shit was on the back porch. And she was probably like, "And what are you doing here?" Like she got one right after another coming. Didn't Lance just come over there and want her to spend a night at his house? She got a lot to take care of besides the daycare. Um, Chris asked him, like, when you came in, you said you slept in your car. Why didn't you come? What stopped you from coming to me or coming to us? And he said, he needed to figure things out on his own. He said, sometimes y'all give and give and give. Ain't that some shit? Sometimes y'all give and give and give, and it hurts more than it helps. I understand what he's saying to some extent. However, are you over here asking? You can't have it both ways. You did go to your mama and ask her to speak to your brother. I feel like that's what happened because that's why, she's worked up about this whole money thing. And she wants to make sure everybody's good. And she wants to make sure that this nigga's making enough money that he can live on his own and not ask her for anything. She says she got things that she wants to do. And, I'm not knocking her having a boutique. If it's something that she's always wanted to do, it's fine. I just, anyway. Everybody want a boutique that has nothing to do with fashion. Like none of them have anything to do with fashion at all. You went from daycare to boutique, but okay, girl. Anyway, it don't matter. It's her money. She can invest it how she wants to. And she's like, I'm keep giving y'all money and I can't do the things that I want to do. Flesh said, he's been wanting to hold off on them. He's been wanting to pull back. He's been wanting to try to make them figure it out on their own. And this is when Nell starts taking things personally because she's saying that I gave him money to keep him out of jail because no mother wants to see their child in jail. Now you're over here saying like I'm doing too much and my money is getting in your way. Well, then don't ask me for my money. Now she banging on the table and having a fit because she, what's his name? Fletcher said, I've been wanting to pull back. And so she took it like very personally. I think he was just speaking in general. And she took it like, oh, so you're saying you've been wanting to pull back and I've been doing too much? Like, I feel like because she started getting worked up. She puts all of this energy. They'll be snapping over things that, I don't know, she creates this whole scenario in his head. And then Lance steps in and he's like, he just asked a question. Chris asked a question and then Dad answered it. It wasn't like all of that. And she's looking at him like, you're not the parent. So now he doesn't get to have an opinion. And now she's upset with Lance because he's taking his dad's side. I feel like that's what she's saying. You know what I'm saying? Now you're taking his side. You've been over here asking for money too. So now he's on blast. And he's trying to explain, like, even though I've come to y'all, yeah, this lady is worked up because y'all are over here telling her how her money is hindering you, although you're asking her for it. So that's it, y'all. I mean, the moral to the story is Destiny is going on dates with all these friends over here, and everybody wants to talk about it. And I don't think Destiny, like I said, is interested in any of them. But why are we wasting my time? You know what I'm saying? I would rather see Destiny over in the storage unit pouring candle molds together. Like, make me feel like you're doing something you said you was doing. Look at Destiny sitting here with Martell and Chris Fletcher looking at blueprints is not a child. Okay, if that's what y'all want to do, that's what y'all want to do. Carlos has a Love and Marriage Huntsville Christmas special. I won't be watching it, and I won't be talking about it. That's it, y'all. Yeah, this is what I have for you. Y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye, y'all.